There's a couple of things we're going to talk about as far as being a business owner and actually solving a problem in the marketplace. A lot of people jump into business because they want to make money. There's nothing wrong with that until that person doesn't make money in business. Some people talk about it being a passion and they say, you know what, do something you love and you'll never work a day in your life. And other people actually understand that in order to be successful in business, you have to help people. Helping people is a part of being um, successful in business or having that forward progress that you desire in business. Once again, most people get into business because they want to make more money. And I want you to think about this. If you got into business because you wanted to make more money and you don't make more money, then you lose out because a lot of folks don't understand the benefits of being in business. We're talking about the problems that business owners solve. What problem are you solving? What problem is your business solving? Is going to be important. Now, a lot of people started business during the pandemic. They started a business during the pandemic, whether they call it whether they call it a side hustle or whether it was a full blown out business. They started something because they needed to make more money. They needed to compensate. Needed to offset the money that they lost. And a lot of people jumped into this thing called business or into this area or this lane prematurely, not understanding what all involves being successful or having forward progress as a business owner. But one of the things that you have to think about and consider is that when you shop as a consumer, you're shopping partially because you have a problem. You're shopping in the industry, you're out there in the grocery stores, in the supermarkets, in the department stores. You're online shopping partially because you have a problem, partially because there's something that you cannot do yourself. And you're looking for someone, you're looking for something, you're looking for a company who can actually solve your problem. Whether your problem is clothes, apparel, whether your problem is food, maybe you have some houseware problems. You may have some issues because you want to go on vacation. You may have some problems with your children and being able to provide things that they need for school. Whatever the issue is, you are shopping. You're shopping honestly because there's something that you need or want and you cannot do it for yourself or you don't want to do it yourself. I want you to think about that in that respect. From a customer perspective, I want you to think about it as if, okay, I have a problem and I'm looking for someone to solve my problem. Now, let's flip that as a prospective business owner. If you got started over the last um, 6 months to, I want to say maybe 36 months, there's some things that you may have not learned along the way. And because business is a such fast paced moving opportunity, it's such a fast paced moving thing. A lot of people sometimes we put the cart before the horse. We get started, and that's great. You know, getting started is one of the most important things to do, especially if we don't have the confidence, especially if we don't have the know-how, the every bit of the skill set, or we don't have the support that we actually desire from certain individuals. But you have to ask yourself, as I have gotten started, what type of self development have I done along the way? And one of the things that a lot of business owners who decide to become business owners have issues with is finding out who they're going to sell to. Okay. That deals with your target audience. Once you find your target audience, it's going to be a lot easier to offer your product. But you also need to understand that your product, your service has to solve a problem. So, what problem is your product or your service solving? Everybody's looking to be the first, next, best, new thing. There's so many great products out there that we can actually use to solve customers' problems. But we have to understand that we don't have to necessarily reinvent something that's already working. So when you're going out there looking to solve problems in the marketplace as a business owner, you might want to keep that in mind. Solving problems as a business owner is going to be the easiest and fastest way to making money in business. But you have to be able to analyze and not always think that you have to reinvent the wheel. What you're doing is you're adding value to the wheel. Maybe you're adding rims or hubcaps to the wheel. I don't know, whatever type of wheel it is. Maybe you're shining that wheel up to where it looks more attractive. Maybe you're taking that tire, if that wheel comes with a tire, maybe you're taking that tire and you're cleaning it and putting Armor All on it and making it shiny and more attractive. Whatever the case may be, you want to consider the problems that are being solved already and how you can actually become a part of that problem solving process. Answer this question. If you're a business owner, if you are a business owner or a side hustler, because those side hustlers and business owners, they solve problems. Do you understand what problem you want to solve? Do you have a problem that you want to solve? Because your product or your service should be solving a problem. Try to think about that. Your product or your service should be solving a problem. If your business is not doing as well as you like it to do, my business is not going in the direction that I want it to go, you have to go back and look at it and ask yourself, am I solving a problem or am I just trying to sell somebody something? There are some people in business who are selling with ease because they have decided to get into an industry that sells itself. They analyze the industry and they've seen that this is the problem that people are having, and they have gotten into the industry and they say, hey, you know what? I'm going to do this to help solve this problem. But a lot of times, business owners, they end up creating more problems trying to solve problems. Lots of time, business owners create problems in efforts to solve problems because we're overthinkers. We overprocess. We think that, we're going to sell people our brand. We're going to sell people what we want them to buy instead of analyzing what is out there. Before you can sell and market your brand, people have to know you. And the way that people know you, you have to advertise. The way people are going to know you is they have to understand what your product does and how that product can actually help them before they even begin to buy from you. Before people can even listen to you, they have to gel with your personality. Everybody's not going to be your customer, but you cannot go out um, with the idea that I'm going to sell to everybody. Because if you go out with the idea of I'm going to sell to everybody, chances are you're going to make some sales, but you're not going to make as many sales as you probably could because your target, your audience is so broad because you're just taking a handful of pebbles and you're trying to throw it out there hoping that it hits something. What problem are you solving in the marketplace? Are you adding value in that marketplace? If you're not solving a problem, maybe it's time to take a step back, regroup, take a look at your product and or your service and see specifically what problem my product or my service is going to be able to solve.